Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to learn how to print the star pattern in this format, in the given decreasing triangle format. Okay, so first of all we have to divide the given pattern in the form of matrix. Okay, so here we are having the 3 rows and 3 columns. So we are going to print the stars in the 3 rows and 3 columns, that is starting from 1 2 3. And if you observe in the given matrix, the star pattern is decreasing here. Okay, in the first row and first column, so in first row we are having the 3 number of stars, it is printing 3 number of stars, and the second row it is printing 2 stars, and third row it is printing 1 star only. Okay, so that is in the decreasing pattern, the triangle is in the decreasing pattern. Okay, and here, so here each and every time it is going to, the j value is getting we have to decrement the j value in each and every loop. Okay, so here if you observe here, so in the first row 3 stars are printed, and in the second row, so it is going to print the stars only in the first and second column. The third row it is going to print only in the first column. That means the printing of the values in the particular matrix is being reduced here. Okay, so here if you observe the table, so the outer loop is going to execute for first time. That means after executing the for loop for first time, it is going to execute the inner loop thrice, right? So here this is same only, right? So in the first row it is going to print 3 stars, right? So that's why the outer loop, after executing the first time the for loop, the outer for loop, so it is going to execute the inner loop thrice, right? So in the each and every row we are going to print the columns. So if you want to know about how to print the star patterns in the given square matrix, so you can see my previous lectures. Okay, so it is going to print the values by selecting, first of all it is going to select a particular row, after that it is going to select this columns, right? So it is going to print the columns like this. So next time it is going to print select the next row, and it is going to print the columns in this fashion, right? So similarly here, so for the first time, for the first outer loop run, that is for after executing the first outer loop, it is going to execute the inner loop thrice, right? So here in the second row also it is printing the 2 stars. So in the second outer loop, so it is going to print 2 stars, and third outer loop it is going to print the 1 star. Okay. So you can consider the outer loop as a row and inner loop as the columns here, printing of the columns. So in the first row we are printing 3 stars, and second row it is going to print 2 stars, and the third row it is going to print only 1 star, right? And each and every time it is going to reduce the star. Okay, so in the first row it is having 3 stars, in the second row we are having only 2 stars, and in the third row we are having only 1 star. That means here in the second row, so we are having the star pattern in the first and second column only, and the third row we are having the star pattern only in the first column. Okay, so let us write the code for the given program. So here enter the number of rows. We are reading the number of rows to the n value, and I equals to 1 and 1 less than or equals to n. So here we want to print 3 rows, right? So that's why I'm taking the I equals to 1 and 1 less than or equals to 3. So which is true, right? So that's why it will enter the inner loop. Okay. So how we are going to write these variables means, so here if you observe the star pattern is going to reduce here, and in the first row we are printing the 3 stars, and the second row it is printing the stars only in the first and second column only, and the third row it is going to print the star only in the first column. So that means the printing of the values in the column is reduced here. Okay, Okay, so like that we are going to reduce the printing of stars here. So based on that, that means we can see here that j is dependent on the I value, right? So in the each row, so in the every row it is going to reduce the number of stars. Okay, so that's why we are taking the, so j equals to I. So in the first outer loop it is having 1 only, so in the next loop it will increment, right? So at that time we can reduce the printing of number of stars. So here we are initializing j equals to I, that is j equals to 1. So 1 less than or equals to 3. So n value is 3, right? So which is true, it will print a star. In the first row and first column it is going to print the star. So next j equals to 2, right? So j is incremented here. So 2 less than or equals to 3. So which is true, it will print a star now. And again j will increment here. J will become 3 and 3 is less than or equals to 3, which is true. It will print a star, right? So it is going to print a star. Okay. So like this, in the first row, so we are going to print the, in the first column we are printing a star here. Okay. And in the first row, second column, we are going to print a star. And in the first row, third column, we are printing a star. Okay. So after that, j will again increment and j will become 4 here, right? 4 less than or equals to 3 is false, and the control will come out of the loop because the condition, inner loop condition has failed. So it will come out of the loop and the control will go to next line, printf new line, right? So the control will go to next line, that is, so it is going to the new line. So now I will get incremented, so second one, so 2 less than or equals to 3, so which is true, right? So now we are going to change this. Okay, 2 less than or equals to 3. So j equals to I value, right? So j is 2 and 2 less than or equals to 3, which is true. So it is going to print a star here. In the, so in the next row it is going to print the second row and first column it is going to print a star. And similarly here, so after incrementing the j value, so j will become 3 and 3 less than or equals to 3, which is true. It is going to print a star. Okay, it will print the star in the next column, right? So again, so j will increment and 4, it will become 4. So 4 less than or equals to 3 is false. The condition will come out of the loop. It will go to the a new line and will start printing the stars there. So now I value gets incremented, that is 3. Okay, so 3 less than or equals to 3 is true, and now so j value will become 3 because I is 3. Okay, so j is 3 and 3 less than or equals to is 2, so it is going to print a star, only one star. So after that, so that's why in the third row and first column it is going to print a star, it will print a star. Okay, so this is how we are going to execute the decreasing triangle. Okay, so if you want to print the numbers, you can change the, in the place of asterisk we can print the numbers here, we can denote the numbers or alphabets.
Now we are going to check how to print the pattern of this type. So this type of pyramid triangle. So let us see how to execute this type. Okay. So here, so we are going to print the stars first of all, and then we will go to the next part. So enter the number of rows. So here the stars will be printed in the inverted half pyramid pattern. Okay. And similarly here, if you want to print the numbers here, so you have to give the I value. So if you change simply if you give the name here, if you are going to change the variable, then it is going to display the different variables. So it is going to print the variables in the embedded format. Okay. So simply if you are going to change the variable to j, then you can see that so the numbers will be printed in this format. So now we have printed the three formats here given in the slide. Okay. Suppose you want to print the alphabets here, then how to print the alphabets? Okay. So in this pattern, if you want to print the alphabets, then you can print it using the ASCII value. Okay. So for that, to denote the ASCII character, so we are going to give the format specifier %c, comma I plus 64. So here I'm going to execute this program. So we're going to give the 64 because ASCII value starts from 65. So we're going to give the I plus 64. Then it will start printing from the A value. Okay, so it will start from the E to A. Okay. Similarly, if you want to print the values in the given pattern here, okay. If you want to print the values in the given pattern, then change the variable I to J. So enter the number of rows. So it is going to print the pattern in the given format ABC. So here I'm giving 5 rows. If you want, you can change that to 3 rows also. You can give n number of rows you want. Right. So here I'm going to enter 3 rows. Then you can see how the output will be. So this is the output. Right. So if you want to print the values in the inverse pattern, that is one starting from 3 to 1 and C to A. Okay. So C to A. So in this format, if you want to print, then you have to change some of the test condition and increment and decrement operation here. Okay. So just try this code once. Okay, you will get to know how to print the numbers and alphabets in the particular pattern. Okay. So if you are going to try this, the different variables or the nested loops, then you will get the answer. So like this, it is going to print. So that is 5 to 1. Okay. So here I want to print the J plus 64. I want to print the alphabets here. So starting from E to A, it is going to print. So normally in the previous execution of program, we have seen starting from A to E. So this is a reverse format. The characters will be in the reverse format. Okay. So similarly here, I'm going to execute this one. I'm going to change the here to the character format and run it.